Okay, they're on their way. Gentlemen, hey. Wow.
Are our names on the chairs?
Okay, well, I have a Sharpie if you'd like for me to.
I want a cardboard cutout. I need a cardboard.
No? He's got jokes. He's got jokes. Well, let me actually, you know what? I'm going to go down here. What we are going to talk about is the transition that you guys have made into film, which I am extremely jealous of, because I want to know how you go from this to this. I mean, it's all creativity, but you know, we can start with that. We can talk music. You want to answer that? Where did the project come from?
Basically, how you go from that to that is that Nick Carter calls you and asks you to be in his movie. That's how you go from being a singer into doing Dead Seven. No, Nick actually, this whole film process started probably about 9 years ago for Nick. As far as writing this whole concept, it was originally called Dead West. The characters were a little bit different, and then about almost 5 years ago, we were on tour. Nick asked me, literally about 5 minutes before showtime, if I would do this, movie with him, and I was like, sure. I mean, we all try to support each other outside of Backstreet Boys, outside of NSYNC, outside of Manny, outside of O-Town. I mean, all of us are trying to be very supportive of each other. So I told Nick, sure. I said, I just have one condition, that I've got to be the bad guy. Because everyone loves the villain, mostly.
And you needed the biggest trailer.
Yes, yes, also the biggest trailer. Absolutely. Yes, coffee every morning. But no, I mean, this has been a huge fun party experience. We all had a blast doing this movie, and hopefully we get to do this again.
Absolutely. I think the fact that too, I think is really, really cool is that you guys have all stayed in touch with each other. I mean, through the years. I mean, when you think about, pop music in America, certainly, I mean, for my career as well as a DJ, in top 40, I mean, breaking these records, yeah, that was one thing, but playing and being a part of what was history, you guys, each of you all's groups were just massive, and still are to this day. Isn't it just, I think it's great, it's a testament that you guys have all stayed in touch.
Yeah, there's a lot of solidarity between us. The weird thing is with this project, I was going out for auditions when we first moved to LA with Nick, and that's when we first discovered that we both had a love for acting. And then when they started casting the film, I think it was Jeff that suggested, hey, you guys didn't reach out to the O-Town guys yet, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, I got approached by a mutual friend of Nick Carter's and myself, and she asked if I would be interested in being in his movie. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know the plot. I hadn't seen the script. I didn't know how much we were going to get paid. We got paid a lot for this one.
Tons.
Yeah, just kidding.
Originally, my character was called Dragon. His name was Dragon, and it was supposed to be played by Cisco from Drew Hill. And there were schedule conflicts, and he couldn't be the character. So when they found out that the guys in the O-Town could do it, I got a call an hour later from Scotty, the casting director, and said, Nick's a fan. He wants you to play a bigger role. You won't be here for a day. You'll be here for 3 weeks. So I was like, all right, okay. Send it over. There's no script. Send. So I was like, all right. But you get on a plane in 2 days to come to Montana. So again, when I got there, the script that I was given had Dragon had like 3 lines. By the time we were done, Komodo, the character had been changed to Komodo, and I ended up, this guy.
Can I just say though that I think the highlight of the entire film was the fact that Howie went through about 20 different accents through the entire film. He started out Latino and ended up with like a hybrid Scottish, Latin, German, English, and then went back to Latino. It was just like the funniest thing.
This way, we've run very fast.
I think for me the hardest thing was, being in a group, you tend to lose yourself, obviously, because everything is all supposed to be a team effort. When you put 5 solo individuals together and try to make them into a team, that's potentially the hardest thing, because everyone has their own agenda, everyone has their own opinion, some stronger than others. But I think what's really kept us going now for almost 24 years is the fact that we do have a good rapport. We try to communicate as best we can. We definitely don't always agree, I can assure you on that. But I think now especially, we're all married now, all our fathers. We have a newfound respect for each other. I think, yeah, that was the hardest part, I think, kind of losing yourself. I lost myself really bad for a while, and then I found myself again. But the best part, I think, is just the camaraderie, that like brothership, friendship, fraternity type vibe. I'm an only child, so I didn't have any siblings. All four of my bandmates all have siblings. So it was kind of nice to have a couple older brothers, a little pain in the ass younger brother, and you know, and to be that kind of middle guy. And I mean, it's been a blast, you know, and I wouldn't change it for anything.